All right, guys, how's it going? So we have a significant update from Paul Joyce regarding Mo Salah's contract situation. Now, before I get into what's in the article, when I say significant, the details and the things written in it, you've probably heard like mentioned by other journalists, and also Twitter twats and content creators or whatever that claim they know what's going on because they're just, edging the bets kind of thing. So Paul Joyce, I think, in this article for the Times, isn't really saying anything in there that would, unless you understood the significance of Paul Joyce and his connections at the club, you would probably just take it as another article. But to me, if you're a long-time follower of mine, there's only two journalists in the world on this planet that I listen to concerning Liverpool Football Club. One is Paul Joyce, the other is David Ornstein at the Athletic. Now, without getting into David Ornstein, because this isn't about him, Paul Joyce, if Paul Joyce publishes something in the Times, I guarantee you the club are okay with him doing that, right? He will never publish something that the club don't want him to go with. I guarantee you the Liverpool Football Club are okay with what he's putting out there today, and that what he is claiming today, it will be 100 million% accurate. What the others may have said before him, if someone turns around and says, "Well, I've read that last week," no, bullshit. This is the only person you should be listening to, in my opinion. And not only that, Paul Joyce is the one that is the closest journalist to people at Liverpool Football Club. Many of you know that that's Michael Edwards, although he's technically FSG now. But Edwards, Hughes, the people running the club on a day-to-day basis is Paul Joyce, and Ornstein is more the ownership, but also knows them people. So when I see something come out from Paul Joyce, or Ornstein, but on this occasion Paul Joyce, I'm like, whoa, right, what's going on? Now, I can't read this entire article to you. I'm not sure if it's behind a paywall or not. It opened up for me when I clicked on it, but I do pay for the Times. But if it is behind a paywall, I was told that you can get the link and go to archive.ph, type it in, and the second thing down, paste it in, and it should open it up. That's what I've been told. So I can't read the entire article out to you, but what we can do is we can look at it and see what it says. Now listen, remember what I always say, right? When you see something from a credible journalist, therefore Ornstein or Joyce, you always have to say to yourself, why am I, hearing this, reading this? Why is this out there? Who does it benefit? So if the club have given the green light there for Joyce to publish whatever he's published, then it must benefit the club, if you think about it, because they wouldn't want it out there otherwise. So I just want you to think about that, right? I haven't even given it any thought yet. So the headline is Mo Salah closing in on new contract at Liverpool. We've heard these things before. I mean, but this is coming from Joyce, right? There is growing expectation that the Egypt forward will extend Anfield stay after Premier League clubs breakthrough in negotiations. And the word breakthrough there, I think, is already all I need to know, right? It's coming from Joyce, which means it's coming from Edwards. It's coming from Anfield. And the breakthrough there is all I need to. I genuinely don't need to read it. That's enough for me. But I'm going to go over it for you, right? Okay. Now this doesn't come from Rami Abbas, Mo Salah's agent, because that might be something the club don't want out there. Therefore, Joyce wouldn't publish it, in my opinion. So getting on with the text, basically repeating what I've just said, that Salah's closing in on an agreement to extend his contract. After a breakthrough, in negotiations with Virgil van Dijk, the club's captain, which he's confirming there, it is understood that there is growing expectation that a new deal will also be struck with Salah. We've heard this stuff. I think all of us, well, maybe not all of us, but if you follow me on here, you'll know I've always felt that these two would sign, because I always think that if they didn't, with Trent going to Real Madrid, I think they'd be holy fuck on, So I think I always expected them to extend. But let's continue. Both players out of contract at the end of the season. They're just talking about the club being confident that Salah will continue his association with the club. Goes on to tell you his stats and everything. Again, I can't read all of this to you, but I'm just telling you, like the blurb. Salah has on occasion voiced frustration at the process towards a renewal. And this says, but sources in his homeland indicate that an accord is now close. I don't believe that. I genuinely don't believe that. I think that's just like a little, to throw you off a little bit. All right. Richard Hughes, Liverpool's sporting director, has been leading discussion with the player's agent, Rami Abbas. And it mentions Van Dijk saying that progress had been made in his own discussions. Similarly, Liverpool are banking on Salah for next season. The contract renewals of Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold have been a subplot to Liverpool's rise to the top of the table, but there is a belief that 2 of the 3 players will stay. We obviously know who the third isn't, unless he does a massive U-turn. Salah's favourite to be crowned this, that and the other. However, his career is set to continue at Liverpool. Now listen, guys, right? That statement there puts it to bed for me. All right, so breakthrough, at the beginning, I didn't need to read anymore. I don't need to read anymore if Paul Joyce is saying that. But the fact he's ending the article with his career is set to continue at Liverpool, that's enough for me. So if you do, if you are a little bit unsure or you're still like, oh, I don't know, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know done isn't done until it's irreversible, signed, sealed, delivered. I think the article's trying to throw you off there with the sources in his homeland and that. I don't believe that for 1 minute that Paul Joyce would get something over there and just, publish it without the club's consent, unless, of course, he ran it by the club. But I don't think so. I think that that's come from the obvious connections that we know about within the club. So that's it. You have nothing to worry about. Listen, I think if you followed this channel for a long time, or the website or whatever, I think you'd know that was my feeling. And you don't need to be a Twitter twat, an ITK, or whatever they want to fucking pretend they are, right? To use a bit of common sense. And everything so far falls into place for me and my beliefs. And the thing is, I must end or close the video with this. I always, as you know, wonder, ask who does it benefit? Why do they want it out there? So in my opinion, Liverpool want it out there. They want the fan base to know. And I would take it as a huge positive. And as I would for the suggestions of a breakthrough confirmed there or whatever by Joyce. But yeah, Joyce on scene, that's the only people you need to listen to. If you listen to who you want. It's not for me to tell you what to do. But I'm just here to analyse and go over things. And after almost 3 decades of following these people, knowing who these people are, and the access that I've had over the years, I think I'm well placed to make a formed opinion on it, and hopefully a well-formed one. You can trust Joyce. All right, guys. So chill your brows. I'm going to get off. You can stop watching at this point if you're only here for the Liverpool stuff. I'm going to England tomorrow, guys, so I'm going to be travelling a bit. I haven't got as much done today as I would have liked. I'm quite behind on things. Tomorrow morning, I'm not really sure I'm going to do a paper review. I don't know if I'm going to have time. I'd rather do some videos for you about other things. I'll check things out. I went over the papers today, Spanish papers, nothing in them regarding Liverpool. And that's about it, really. So, yeah, I'm going to be on the move tomorrow. I'll be travelling here and there, but I will be working every single day. I never go on holiday. But next week, when I'm in a different time zone properly, my updates probably won't start until the afternoon UK time, all right? But yeah, anyway, I want you to take this as a positive and just trust me on that, guys, all right? Some of you might go, who the fuck's Paul Joyce? But I can tell you right now, if he's saying there has been a breakthrough, if he's saying that he is going to extend his stay, that's it, all right? Okay, guys, if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. If you've got a comment, by all means, please drop me a comment. And if you want to get me a coffee, yeah, I'll never turn down a coffee or a beer. Hit the super thanks button, the love heart under the video, and I will give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing on my other YouTube channel. The link is in the video description. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts. Speak to you soon.